there's a song that we've been singing throughout the past week and a half. It's been reverberating in my head, and I get emotional just talking about it. And that is Kol Ha'olam Kulo Gesher Tsar Me'od. The whole world is a narrow bridge. It's a narrow bridge. And then what do we say? Vayikar lo lefached klal. But the essential thing of everything, the main thing to recall, as the song goes, is to have no fear at all. Lo lefached klal. This is Reb Nachman of Breslov. And this was kind of a mantra, a theme, if you will, of our trip as we traveled the length and breadth of Eretz Yisrael, bringing, or hopefully wherever we went, and bring that sense of connectedness and solidarity. And we'll talk more about it over the coming days and weeks. But this song is so important, almost as a mantra, because the Jewish people truly feel like we're on this narrow bridge. And a narrow bridge, you can't go anywhere, right? You can't veer right, you can't veer left. You have to stay within those lines. Because if you take the wrong step, you might fall off. You might fall into oblivion. Because there's danger on both sides. And you have to just walk with a sense of emunah in something. And it's fascinating that the song says, well, what do you do? How do you do it? How do you get through it? Vayikar lo lefached klal. Doesn't talk about emunah. It's interesting. It's not to be afraid. Don't be afraid. When you're not afraid, you move forward. When you're not afraid, you're able to confront, like Rav Daron Peres said to us, whose son is right now missing. He's a hostage. That happened on day one, on October 7th. His other son, Yonatan, was shot. And Baruch Hashem, he recovered. He got married a week and a half later. And his son Daniel is still a hostage. And we don't know, actually. We're hoping that he's alive. We daven. And Rav Peres said that the ikar, the whole change, like what was the enzyme for change for Yaakov in his life, was when he became Yisrael. Yaakov, as opposed to going around in circuitous ways and tricking and running away and so on, he becomes Yisrael when he faces his challenges head on. Ha'ikar lo lefached klal. It's to know that we have no other choice. That we have to move forward. That we can't look to our right and we can't look to our left. And we have each other to lean on. And I think that's why those words are so powerful. Those are words that we sang dancing with soldiers on 3 kilometers from the border, and at the very same time, we sang it in a bomb shelter when there was a drone attack alert at that very same base. Vayikar lo lefached klal. But why do we know we have nothing to fear? Well, we have it in this week's Parsha. Who would have imagined that Yosef, who's sold into slavery and all these terrible things happen to him, and he goes from one thing to another thing and to an Egyptian jail, and he's literally in a hole somewhere, that all of a sudden he gets out and becomes Mishnah Lamelech, and he's interpreting dreams. And then he remembers his brother's dreams when they come, and it says that Yosef remembered, Vayizkor Yosef et hachalomot, Yosef remembered his dreams, Asher chalam lahem. Because the Jewish people live in the reality of a dream. We're in a dream-like reality. Things that seem impossible are possible. Im tirtzu im ze chalom, or im ze agada. If you will it, as Herzl said, it's not a dream. It's not some fanciful idea. It'll happen. We believe ha'ikar lo lefached klal. We believe that despite the ridiculous, terrible odds that we have against us, the forces of evil that are aligned against us, both in Israel, in the south, in the north, in the West Bank, all of these places, and around the world in Europe and university campuses. Ha'ikar lafachid klal. We don't have to fear. You know why? Because we're going to keep walking forward with our heads held high, with the understanding that we are a people of dreamers, and those dreams will come true. Just like the dream, the hope of Shnot Alpayim, of 2,000 years. We're here and we're here to stay. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Happy Zos Chanukah. I'll see you soon.